I know I have.
Anybody else work here? Anybody else work here?
No, what can I help you?
I want to get some information about the mentor
I
program.
just want to.
Okay.
Well, I got you. All right, have a great weekend. Thank you. Bye. I'm sorry about that. Like, I get impromptu phone calls all the time.
Okay. This is the NC Mentor Program, right?
Yes,
Oh, okay. You have no signs or
we don't.
anything?
There's supposed to be a sign out there. I never know whatever happened to it. It was ordered, and I don't have a clue. And we were supposed to have one for that door too, and we just don't know.
Oh, are you connected to the place next door, Aspire, or
No, we're not.
anything? Oh,
Nope,
okay.
we're our own entity. So what kind of information were you wanting?
Is this a nonprofit organization?
We're a for-profit organization, actually.
Oh, okay. And your corporate offices and so forth, where are they out of?
They're in Raleigh.
In Raleigh. Do you guys work with Easter Seals or any of those?
I give referrals to Easter Seals, and we kind of work collaboratively like that.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you guys want to go down to the end and talk? Or?
Oh, yeah, that'd be fine.
Go ahead.
Good.
Go straight all the way down. I just don't like talking like standing. And
Not a problem. Now, the people that work for with the NC Mentor Program, what type of services do you offer?
We provide services for children. We have a host of different jobs that we do. So we provide outpatient therapy for kids. We have intensive in-home services, and that's where we work with kids in the home.
Okay.
And provide services to the child and the family based on issues that are happening in the home. And then we also have therapeutic foster care.
Okay. What is the therapeutic foster
That
care?
is, so that would be that the child lives in a different home, but the parent would still maintain guardianship and everything. It's just that they would be living in a different home, and the purpose would be to help them be able to reunify in the home.
Now, what's the difference between a therapeutic foster care and a regular foster care?
The difference is that therapeutic foster care has a higher level of services for kids that have more needs.
Okay.
So this is for kids that have more suicidal behaviors or a lot of aggression.
Okay.
The parent maintains guardianship, so the parent in a therapeutic situation still has guardianship. Okay.
Unless DSS is involved. I mean, if DSS has guardianship and they place them in one of our foster homes, then the DSS would maintain the guardianship at that point.
Okay.
The people that work for you, are they subcontractors or employees?
I think it's like a subcontract kind of thing. They might be actually. I'm not really sure how that whole situation works. I don't work with the foster parents.
Do you know this Brian Powell?
Mm-hmm.
And what is her title with you guys? Is she employee or subcontractor or
She's an employee.
employee?
Mm-hmm. She's the foster care coordinator.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she would work with Tim Chambers and all those guys, is that right?
She works with the foster homes in my company. So she works with the foster parents around whatever the kid's issue in the.
But she wouldn't be like the liaison for DSS or anything like that. I mean, she wouldn't be taking her directives from
Correct.
DSS or.
Unless DSS is the guardians and she is being asked to, if they're asking her to do something, then she would be doing that.
Well, here's the issue, is that my daughter, Felicia Cheyenne Davis, is with Miss Thomasina Adams. Mm-hmm. My daughter's done nothing wrong. She's not allowed to be in class with the other students.
Mm-hmm.
She's all honors. Her mother almost destroyed her a little over a year ago
Mm-hmm.
in a 4-month period. She has perfect psych records, perfect attendance records, perfect beta club, just got National Honors Society, and she's been guarded like a hostage. Nobody will speak to her. Miss Powell gives her whatever anybody says. Nobody from anywhere will speak to her to tell her what's going on. And she has legal charges to file. And she basically is just being isolated and torn apart and not allowed to go to Brandy Williams, who is her therapist for this whole time, that she trusts, because it would be too far to make the 45-minute drive.
Well, that would possibly be up to the foster family. Like, depending on where they are, it could be considered too far away.
Well,
I'm not making excuses because I don't know the situation.
But that's a foster family under your company's care.
Mm-hmm.
This needs to be resolved right away, and I need others to be involved, and I need an email address so I can send you everything, because there's certain people misleading others, and I want your company to be very well aware of the whole situation in order to provide proper care for my daughter.
Okay. So who is the guardian currently?
I have no idea. They won't give me any paperwork, and they took her on March 7th after a 3-hour, no warrant, no paperwork, hostage situation that's all over YouTube. You can just Google Felicia Cheyenne Davis or Cheyenne Davis, and you will see what happened. And Chambers and DSS here are all involved, and they're going to prison. But believe me, no documentation, no paperwork. I didn't know where my daughter was for almost 2 months. Nobody would tell me, say a word. She's not allowed to be on a phone, not allowed to have a phone, not allowed to, they kept her out of school for 2 weeks before she was ever allowed, and she may fail now. The award she got was for during the time she was with me, and they're intentionally doing this. I'll call for a team treatment meeting. It should have been done the first week, and nobody's doing that. You see, we have some big issues your company doesn't need to be involved in, and I don't think you right now know what's going on.
Possibly not. I mean, have you spoken with Bree?
I didn't know who she was or her name until last night when I talked with Miss Adams. And Miss Adams said she would get with Bree this morning at 8, and that she would call me, and no one has called me.
And what's your name?
Randy Davis. Because Miss Adams says that Chambers is not talking to her, only to Bree, and Bree is a mystery to me. Bree went to school with my son, who's a retired Marine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, at Lakewood. But, and she knows that, and she's talking about that. But no one called me, and she says that Chambers or no one talks to her, meaning Miss Adams. And I said, well, if he's going to send his liaison, and that's what Miss Adams calls her, and I don't know why a company would be a liaison for a government office, such as DSS, in that nobody can talk to my daughter or me except Bree, who I don't know and won't call. So I need somebody such as Bree in your company to contact me and have dialogue or communication, since no one else will, in order to provide for my daughter and get to the bottom of it all.
Okay. This is just a whole convoluted mess.
It is. It's a nightmare of illegal activity, and it's because I'm a federal whistleblower, and so is Loretta. And I couldn't talk all day, because after this, I won't. It's not that it hurts, but I'm being treated. Today's day 7 of Augmentin for a respiratory thing. But all of a sudden, in my voice yesterday, just I just about as good as I won't be able to talk to me.
It's okay. And what is your role in everything, ma'am?
Well, my name is Maretta Brewington. They also took my son at the time that they abducted his daughter, and my son detained us in a vehicle for 3 hours with no food or water.
What they've done
and
is her son
no
is
orders.
the one that should be. They filed paperwork on 228, And her son is the one that should be under this lock and key special stuff. Her son confessed to Ebony Smith, social worker at Cape Fear Valley, on February 17th of having sex with a dog, raping an 8-year-old in his uncle's house, and now a 6-year-old, and several other psychotic things, and being Satan and wanting to stab me through the chest and kill everybody, including his mother. So he went directly back into those houses where it happened on 46 Beulah, and he's attending Clinton High School with the other children, even though they know that these records were filed, and a judge in Fayetteville on the 18th sent out the commitment order, and he spent almost 10 days in Strategic. He could only go to Strategic because Mose and Cherry and 3 others said he was too violent and too much of a security risk to put there. But he is now right back in the population over there, and Facebook shows him holding a newborn child and kissing him.
And the thing is, Strategic, he was diagnosed with psychosis and bipolar, and Strategic recommended he go into an inpatient therapy, but because of the insurance, the Medicaid that or North Carolina Health Choice he was on, they wouldn't cover it, and he is supposed to be getting intense psychotherapy for his